All right, guys, we're here today with one of the many two creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Kevin Eastman. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, thanks. Thrilled to be here.
All right, awesome. So tell us basically how this zany idea came to creation. Were you on anything or?
Back in those days, we couldn't afford anything. I grew up as a huge fan of Bruce Lee, and one night Peter and I were in the studio, co-creator Peter Laird, and to make him laugh, I thought of like, if Bruce Lee was an animal, what would be the silliest animal it'd be? So fast-moving martial artist as a slow-moving turtle. It was a natural joke, and he laughed and had to do a drawing. I taught my drawing, and of course I had to do a drawing, and this time I did a sketch with 4 turtles, and had a comic book logo that says Ninja Turtles on it, and he laughed, and when he inked it in, he added Teenage Mutant to the title, and we just said, this is the silliest, dumbest thing we've ever seen. You know, we have to do something with it. And that was 32 years ago.
Ah, very nice. So, so the original comic was very, very, very dark. Am I right? Because that's what I've heard. Like Shredder dies first issue. That's just crazy. So basically, what's your favorite adaptation of the Ninja Turtles over the next 32 years? Like it could be anything. A game could be one of the many video games that came out for the SNES.
Well, you know, I mean, I've loved each of the versions of the Turtles that have gone off into TV or entertainment.
It's like picking a child, am I right? Favorite child?
It is, but you know, there's always a few standouts, and it's like, and the first Turtles live-action movie was by far my favorite. It was really back in those days, it was a perfect blend of the edgy, it had some of the edge from the black and white comic books, but adapted a lot of the animation aspects, and so that was the perfect version for me. And second, I mean, I love the Turtles Forever movie that came out a couple years back. Did you ever see that?
I actually did not, unfortunately.
These guys they took the original '80s Turtles and the 2000 Turtles, which are a little edgier, into this world where they met each other, and then then the last segment they meet the black and white Turtles, and it's really bizarre, and it's really funny. So
I actually think I've heard of that one. I have yet to see it, unfortunately. So when it comes to the adaptions, what are you and Peter Laird's job? Do you guys have any creative input at all, or do you guys just say, okay, do your thing, we're just going to sit here and just count our money?
Mostly, no. It's funny in the early days because, you know, we're so fortunate when we created the Turtles. You know, self-published, so we owned it, we trademarked it, and so everything for probably the first 20 plus years, we had full control over. We worked on 300 cartoon episodes, all the original live-action movies, and all that stuff. And we had, you know, full and total creative say and the final word. And then years later, when we sold them to Viacom, it was now we're sort of more of a consultant. So it's like Peter doesn't do as much. But I'm doing more stuff with the new live-action movies, the animated Nickelodeon series, but I spend most of my time working on the IDW comic series, which is my favorite. I just love, that's where it started. I love the comic books. I love getting my hands dirty and talking to this guy. No, it's
Joe!
But I love the comics. So we have a little bit of say in all of them.
All right, very nice. I'm sure it's fine. I mean, this is a shotgun mic, so it's just directly towards us. Okay. So the new movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows. Can you give us any, like, your impressions on it so far? Can you give us a little something you want to say about it?
Well, you know, I'm really excited. David Green, the director, is. I think he's doing a fantastic job. He actually, when I first met him, he reminded me of Ciro Neely, who Ciro is the main executive producer on the new Turtles Nickelodeon animated series, and that Ciro grew up as a fan of the Turtles, and so when he got the job doing this, he said he wanted to take it back to, you know, all of his favorite Turtle isms, because he was a fan, and I think David is a fan, and so I'm happy that he's helming it. I'm happy that Casey Jones is in it. I'm thrilled about Bebop and Rocksteady. They look fantastic. And this is great stuff. I think it's going to be a really fun version of the Turtles. I'm excited to see it.
It looks really fun. Like, I love watching the trailer multiple times. Like, first time we're seeing Bebop and Rocksteady live action is great. It's fantastic. Seamus and what's his name, Gary Anthony Williams. Man, fantastic. So, biggest, most difficult question. Who's your favorite turtle?
Well, you know, it's tough. It's a great question, and I get asked it a lot, and it's like choosing a favorite child kind of thing. But Michelangelo was the first turtle ever drawn, and 1983 was the first sketch with the mask and the nunchucks. So I've always been kind of partial to him. Plus, I like the funny aspect of it. But when I tell stories, or if I want to do like a single turtle adventure, I gravitate towards Raphael because he's crazy, and you know he's less predictable, and you can take and push his boundaries a little bit more. You can take him into places you couldn't with some of the other turtles, especially when you team up Raphael with Casey Jones, then it gets crazy. And so that's my favorite. It's like Raphael's my go-to turtle for single turtle adventures. But
All right, awesome. So this has been our interview with the Kevin Eastman. Wah, 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 wah. So be sure to go on SacAnime.com for more info on the next con, and keep it here on YouTube.com/SacAnime. Please subscribe, please. I have a family to feed. Help.
He does. Like, she showed me the pictures.
Yes.
Visit SacAnime.com for more details.